Order. Come. Move. Order. Ha.
All uniformed personnel at ease. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class 1159. My name is Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Matthew Densmore, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's graduation. At this time, I would like to introduce the on-stage ceremony party sitting on my right. Jason D. Owens, Chief Patrol Agent, U.S. Border Patrol Academy. William J. Maddox, Chief Patrol Agent, Holton, Maine Sector. Robert Smoot, Program Specialist, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Next, I would like to recognize the staff members of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy that were instrumental in the success of this session. Some of these staff members could not be present today as they are busy instructing other sessions. Will the staff members please stand as your name is called and remain standing? Operations Training Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Rowan Godson. Border Patrol Agent Randall Lancaster Jr. Spanish Training Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Gabriela Jimenez. Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Luis Laurencio and Rufino Velasquez. Physical Techniques Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Luis Labori. Border Patrol Agent Angel Campos, Raul Rodriguez, and Anthony Barbera. Firearms Training Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agents Maria Baxter and Jeremy David. Border Patrol Agent Emmanuel Laredo. Driver Training Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agents Carter Brazil and Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Taylor Driscoll. Tactics Training Department, Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Timothy Lightfoot and Jorge Sarquez. Border Patrol Agent Eric Ortega. Office of Chief Counsel Attorney Instructor Christina Washer. Training Technician Diane Hernandez-Ware. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Class 1159. Thank you. Please be seated. The U.S. Border Patrol Academy allows family members of influential persons who are either currently engaged in or retired from public service the honor of presenting the Border Patrol badge to their graduating relative or mentee. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Joining us today are Acting Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Melissa Hughes, 3 years of experience. Border Patrol Agent Ariel Leonardo, 1 year of service. Border Patrol Agent Zulma Yesenia Escalante, 1 year service. Border Patrol Agent Andres Parra, 12 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the guests of 1159 a round of applause. Thank you, and please be seated. Each graduating class selects one of its members to address the audience during the graduation ceremony. Class 1159 has selected Border Patrol Agent Angel Rodriguez.
Good morning. Before we begin, Mr. Campos, can you hear me? My name is Angel Rodriguez, and I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the 1159 session of the United States Border Patrol Academy. Class 1159 would like to welcome our distinguished guests, Chief Patrol Agent Jason D. Owens, Training Operations Supervisor Jason Ellis, and Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Rohan Godson. Thank you for joining us. It is truly an honor. We would also like to welcome our family and friends who are in attendance today. 6 months ago, on November 23rd, 2020, Class 1159 arrived at the Border Patrol Academy. Although it was freezing cold, I can almost guarantee that every person stepping off the bus began to sweat as soon as the instructors gave us a very special welcome to the academy. I knew instantly that I would be the easiest target for instructors for being small. Many even began to ask me if my parents had signed my permission slip before arriving. It took some time for us to settle in and get acclimated to this weather, as well as the flow of the academy. During this time, we began to know each other better since we never had a chance to meet in person before. One of us also learned early on that Cascade is not laundry detergent and made sure to let the rest of us know before making the same mistake. In addition, I learned many times that turning corners too quickly while running on frozen asphalt will lead to absolutely eating road and busting open the palm of your hand. There were many times where we simply reeked of that new trainee smell. Times like forgetting to take off our watches for PT and having to yell ding dong, dong, dong when the instructor saw it on your wrist. However, as the days passed by, we slowly began to climb up the seniority ladder, and we got to enjoy how lost, stiff, and awkward the incoming classes looked marching around and getting corrected just as much as we were during our early days. Life at the academy is broken down in 2 or 4 hour blocks of a mixture of law, Spanish, physical training, operations, firearms, tactics, and driving. Juggling 7 different subjects at once proved to be too much for a handful of some, which led to our quick decrease in numbers. One would think that the smaller the class became, the closer and stronger we would get with one another. That is a lie. When Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Greeno mentioned early on that we would eventually get tired of each other, I thought, there's no way, since all we have is each other while we're here. I was mistaken. What really helped strengthen our bond as a class was PT. Some, if not all, PT instructors say there's a method to their madness. To this very moment, that method is still as mysterious as one of the 7 wonders of the world. However, I will admit that our pain and suffering did in fact make us somewhat closer. From having the devil spit drip down your forehead, into your eyes, into your nose, and even your mouth, to feeling the wrath of Zeus surge through your body and not being able to do anything for a 5-second eternity, there is no question about how much closer we grew together after those fantastic exposures. Aside from the pain, we will always share the great memory of the huge smiles our instructors had while they sprayed us with OC and watched the prongs of doom shoot out from the taser and leave us frozen solid as they made contact. On top of that, we must all go through evaluations of the baton. Stacking. Holy stacking. I'll be the first to say my memory is still fuzzy from having to forget the experience altogether. I just remember having a crooked helmet, an ounce of air in my lungs, a foam stick, and having to keep fighting even after having one of my shoes literally fly off. The one clear memory I have is seeing all of us get back to the waiting room as if we just went through 3 full cycles in a washing machine. One of us even came out of the scenario traumatized every time those black suits were brought into the mat room. Towards the end, everything we learned from law, Spanish, tactics, and firearms began to merge with every scenario. What's even better is how those of us that are still learning Spanish picked up how to say the bad words a lot quicker than understanding the rules of grammar itself. Day in and day out, there was always someone asking me, how would you say this in Spanish? And then add a random letter at the end of every word before I got a chance to answer them. As each month came to an end, we began going through multiple changes of instructors. In retrospect, our class is lucky to have gone through these changes since this line of work requires you to adapt, overcome, and conquer whatever obstacle is placed in your way. In addition, many of the instructors shared some everyday field experiences for us to further feed our motivation to get to the finish line. Although I'm not the shortest in class, I am in fact the smallest. At first glance, I look like I haven't graduated high school. The name I was given here by my fellow classmates, which I proudly own, is 12, mainly because I look 12 years old. Looks, however, do not prove anything. Getting through this academy is not about how strong, fast, smart, or experienced you might be. It is about how far you're willing to push yourself to get where you want to be. Just like how I appear to be the youngest and most fragile, there's at least one of us that looks like he needs a pacemaker to keep his heart pumping through the stress the academy puts us through. As much as I envy Liviano for being faster than me on runs, I admire him for seeing this journey until the end, with all of us to pick on him occasionally about how he hasn't had a heart attack yet. All jokes aside, it does not matter where you're from, what you look like, nor what you did before. The only thing that matters is having the Border Patrol mentality of never quitting. The same mentality is what makes this patrol an unbreakable family. Although we were the class that was slightly unheard of and somewhat unknown, we were still unstoppable. Above all, what we will always take with us to the end of our careers is how we started strong and finished nasty. How in this line of work, every day is leg day. And the only thing left to say after seeing us in uniform looking more sharp than ever is, I like it, I like it. So, class, 1159. How did we finish?
Nasty!
Thank you.
Thank you, Agent Rodriguez. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Chief Patrol Agent Jason D. Owens. But before I invite Chief Owens to the podium, I would like to tell you about him. Jason Owens assumed command as the Chief Patrol Agent of the Border Patrol Academy on May 10, 2020, and leads one of the largest law enforcement academies in the United States. Prior to his appointment, he served as Chief Patrol Agent of Holton Sector, responsible for border security operations for the state of Maine. Chief Owens entered on duty in 1996 with Class 325. In 2001, Chief Owens successfully completed both the Border Patrol Tactical Unit Selection Course and the Border Patrol Search, Trauma, and Rescue Team Selection Course. He later promoted to Field Operations Supervisor at BORTAC headquarters in El Paso, Texas, leading several counter-narcotics and counterterrorism operations, including deployments to Honduras, Colombia, Dominican Republic, and Iraq. Chief Owens is a member of the Cherokee Nation. His sons are both on active duty serving in the armed forces. He holds both a master's degree in accountancy from Shorter University, a master's degree in national security strategy from the National War College. He is a graduate of the CBP Leadership Institute, the American University Key Executive Leadership Program, and the DHS Senior Executive Service Candidate Development Program. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Jason D. Owens.
Wrath of Zeus and Devil's Spit. Those are first for me. I don't know if these guys have heard it before, but I'm going to remember those. That was good. Where is 12? First off, how about another round of applause for your outstanding cadre that are joining us here today? You know, I recently went back to Charleston. We started the Border Patrol Processing Coordinator program out there, and that was the first time in 25 years I had been back to Charleston, where I graduated from the U.S. Border Patrol Academy, and it was almost unrecognizable. And as it happens, my law instructor, his name was Carl Harmon, he retired there, and I went and had lunch with him. Now, he doesn't remember me from Adam, but I remember him, and I'll bet you the same will be said for these ladies and gentlemen, for you guys 25 years from now. Same's true for this place. It doesn't matter the geographic location. The United States Border Patrol Academy is the home of the Border Patrol. Now, why do I say that? Imagine what a home is for a family. Now, we call ourselves the Green Family because we're more than just an organization. We're more than just an agency. We are a family. We take care of one another. We are our brothers and sisters. And there's one thing that a family has in common, it's its home. And a home, by definition, is that foundation from which we all branch out and go forth to do the things that we're going to do. Doesn't matter if it's Glencoe, doesn't matter if it's Charleston, doesn't matter if it's Artesia, or even Fort McClellan, Alabama, or Camp Chigas in Los Fresnos, Texas. Geographic location has changed over the years, but the one thing is held true. Each and every one of us that wears this uniform had to pass through these gates and successfully complete this academy before we went on to do anything that we've done. And we talked about this last night. Doesn't matter what you have on your collar, doesn't matter what device you wear on your chest. We all started at the same location as trainees in the United States Border Patrol Academy. And now you are added to that list. Now you are part of this family. And if you think back to whenever we first talked, I told you that whenever you earned this privilege, that you would expect and demand that everybody after you does the same thing. Because then you know they have what it takes to stand beside you and do one of the most daunting jobs in law enforcement. Was I right? That's how we feel about you today. You have all of your friends and family watching on social media. Unfortunately, they can't be with us today. One of these days that'll change. They're part of this family too. For the rest of your life, no matter what you do, where you go, whether it's a career that spans 30 years or less, you are always and forever bound to the United States Border Patrol and the men and women that have worn this uniform before you. I wonder if you can fathom what an accomplishment that is. We talked about that earlier. How many people tried to be sitting where you're sitting right now? How many people want that so badly? How many people tried and couldn't? And here you are. Each and every one of us here today sharing in this moment with you are proud to call you our brothers and sisters. I personally can't wait to see what you do. This is a rather unique class in that it's one of our illustrious COVID classes. You had a little extra spice added to your academy. You had to go through some extra trials and tribulations. Probably brought you closer. And it proved to us just how bad you want this. I wish I could tell you that that's all the trials and tribulations you're going to see in your career. But welcome to the United States Border Patrol. That's what we live, it's what we do. Remember that you always have us, and we always have you. If you see us down the trail, our paths will cross again, come up and talk to us. Let us know how you're doing. And remember to take your families along on the journey. So right now, I'm going to introduce our special guest speaker, Chief Maddox from the Holton sector. Before I bring him up here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Chief Maddox began his career in the United States Border Patrol in 1997 as a member of Academy Class 359, and he was assigned to the Mercedes Station in the then McAllen sector. Now, if you don't know, Mercedes Station today is the Weslaco Station, and it is now the Rio Grande Valley sector. He served as a supervisory Border Patrol agent at the Yuma Station, Assistant Chief Patrol Agent at the Holton sector, Patrol Agent in Charge at the Holton Station. He also held several positions at U.S. Border Patrol headquarters, including Assistant Chief, Associate Chief, Deputy Chief in the Headquarters Directorate, before becoming the Deputy Chief Patrol Agent in Swanton sector. During his time as a Deputy Chief, Chief Maddox also served as the Acting Chief for Swanton, Grand Forks, and Havre sector. Now, he's actually been an Acting Chief for about a year and a half and spanned 3 different sectors before finally getting his own command at the Holton sector. So, tried and true Chief Patrol Agent and a very good mentor for your class, as I've said before. Before he joined the Border Patrol, he was also in the U.S. Army from 1983 to 1987. Where was your guy that you were worried about having a heart attack before? So I guess you say Chief Maddox is ours. As a member of the 325th Airborne Battalion Combat Team assigned to NATO's Southern European Task Force, Chief Maddox has an associate degree in criminal justice, an associate and master's certificate from George Washington University, and is near the completion of his bachelor's degree from Excelsior College. Chief Maddox is also a graduate of the CBP Leadership Institute and CBP Command Prep. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Chief Maddox to the podium.
Wow, y'all probably figured out by now I'm kind of a humble man, so now I stand up here feeling a little embarrassed, so thanks, Chief. I'm not a great eloquent speaker, so thanks for setting me up for failure. And I'm feeling a little bit old, so thank you for those of you that made it through the struggles of age and careers, and also in everything that you did to get here, to get into the Border Patrol Academy to begin, and then to complete the training to today, your graduation. We've talked a couple of times to date already. I've told you some stories. I told you about some of my experiences, and you've figured out that I'm a compassionate man and I'm a humble man. So I am absolutely humbled to be here representing the Border Patrol, and I count myself as a representative of Class 359, 800 classes ago. So incredible transition of the Border Patrol over those many years. We've changed locations, to the Chief's point of names of locations have changed, the location of the academies has changed. But through it all, at the end of the day, when we all put on this uniform, we're still the Border Patrol family, and we're proud to have welcomed you in 6 months ago when you EOD'd, and we're even prouder today to pin the badges on you, to call you our brothers and sisters in green. Some of the things I wanted to talk about today was the state of affairs in our nation. We've got a lot of challenging controversy ahead of us, and it was Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'll paraphrase because I'm not great at remembering all these quotes, but Dr. Martin Luther King said, "It doesn't matter where you stand in times of comfort. What matters is where you stand during times of challenge and controversy." And I think you all have shown that during the challenge and controversy that we're facing as a nation, and especially with the Border Patrol and immigration being in the news in the forefront so often these days, that you came forward to serve in the United States Border Patrol, the finest law enforcement organization in the world. So thank you for that. Our nation, and paraphrasing again, and I can't tell you who said it, but people sleep peacefully in their beds at night because rough men and women stand ready to go in harm's way. And as of this afternoon, when we pin those badges on you, you will be ready to go in harm's way alongside of us. And I'm pleased that we'll be doing that for you today. Again, it is a great honor to be here with you today. And I want to talk about honor first. Honor first, you know, some people say it's our motto. Some people say it's our code. But I will say they're words to live by. And we all have to come up with our own separate ways of figuring out what honor first means to us. As we have it as an organization, what does that mean? We always put honor first, right? But I'll ask all of you, I'll challenge all of you moving forward to come up with some ideas on your own of what it means to you. And I'll give you a couple of things for me and how I express honor first to other people. Honor first, if I could put it into an acronym, right? I say H. What does H stand for? Well, the H stands for honor. But for me, it's humility. I'm a humble man. But it also means I'm going to hold myself accountable, and that H being for hold. And the O for others. I'm going to hold others accountable. My brothers and sisters in green, I've never been afraid to say, hey, you know what, I think you're doing that wrong. And some of the discussions that I had with you folks, I've told you some stories just of that. Never be afraid to hold yourself accountable. Never afraid to be humble. And never be afraid to correct others when correction is needed. The N, and we've already talked about it today. Never quit. Never give up on yourself. Never give up on the Border Patrol. Never give up on your team. Never compromise your principles. You all came here with principles. Hopefully they've advanced over the last 6 months, and they will continue to increase over the course of your career. And we talked about the O for others. I'll use that once again. And the R. What does the R stand for? For me, that's respect. Respect for myself, respect for everybody I encounter, respect for the organization. When we joined the Border Patrol, all of us here, we joined something much larger than ourselves. We joined, once again, the finest law enforcement organization in the world. In order to make sure that the nation and the world looks at us with respect, the chief, myself, everybody in this room expects you all to hold yourselves accountable, be respectful, treat other people with respect so that we can continue to maintain the respect of the nation we serve. Again, it's an honor to be here with you today, and I thank you, congratulate you, and from 359 to 1159, on behalf of my class, congratulations and thank you, and we look forward to passing the baton to you over the next couple of years as those of us who are advancing in age, without a pacemaker I might add, do so. We can pass that baton to the younger class, and that you will continue to maintain the security of the nation in my stead. My family counts on you, I count on you, the nation is counting on you to secure it. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Owens and Maddox, for those inspiring and encouraging words. Now we will move on to the presentation of the awards. At this time, we would like to recognize the section leaders of the Class 1159 with the Border Patrol Academy Award for Leadership. Border Patrol agents Antonio Allen and Marcus Jackson, please come forward. The section leader position carries with it a tremendous amount of additional responsibility, aside from the same strict training regime as the rest of the class. The Leadership Award commends the section leaders for their devotion to duty leadership, demeanor, and professional attitude. Thank you, Agents Allen and Jackson. The Honor First Award is presented on behalf of the staff of the Border Patrol Academy. Border Patrol Agent Juan Carrera, please come forward. This award is given to the individual who embodies the guiding principles of honor and who has demonstrated through their actions a level of integrity and commitment that exemplifies the values of a Border Patrol agent. Thank you, Agent Carrera. Please be seated. The Driver Training Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the driver training program. Border Patrol Agent Regulo Ramirez, please come forward. Today's recipient far exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations of a novice driver. His performance exemplifies the high level of attention to detail required to safely operate a motor vehicle during stressful situations. The Physical Techniques Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the Physical Techniques program. Border Patrol Agent Juan Carrera, please come forward. Due to the physical demands of the position, Border Patrol agents are expected to be in good physical condition. Today's recipient has exceeded these requirements, and their achievement sets an example for others to follow. Thank you, Agent Carrera. Please be seated. The Firearms Training Award is awarded to the graduate with the highest score in firearms training. Border Patrol Agent Ethan Hathaway, please come forward. The award signifies that the graduate has earned the distinction of achieving the highest firearms qualification score while demonstrating distinction in the efficiency of his service weapon. Thank you, Agent Hathaway. Please be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize the graduate with the highest academic achievement. Border Patrol Agent Marcos Castillo, please come forward. This award for academic excellence signifies that the graduate ranks #1 among his peers in operations, Spanish, and law. Their performance makes them highly deserving of the honor bestowed by this award. Thank you, Agent Castillo. Our last award is the FLETC Directors Award. The Border Patrol Academy is a joint effort between the United States Border Patrol and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Working together, the two agencies provide the highest level of education available to law enforcement agents. Will Border Patrol Agent Juan Carrera please come forward? Agent Carrera was nominated for this award by his classmates, and the award is being presented by Mr. Robert Smoot, Program Specialist for the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Thank you, Agent Carrera. Please join me in giving the award recipients a round of applause. The graduating class will now be presented with their badge and credentials, signifying that they have met the required qualifications needed to be a Border Patrol agent. I will now turn the podium over to Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Rohan Godson.
Good morning. My name is Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Rohan Godson. I had the distinct privilege of being lead operations instructor for Class 1159. Class, please step forward as I call your names for your badge and credentials. Antonio Allen. Lamar Broomfield Sellers. Marcus Castillo. Juan David Guerrero. Alexandria Cruz. Joint Agent Cruz on stage is her mentor. Acting Supervisor Border Patrol Agent Melissa Yu, 3 years of service. David Diaz de Jesus. Andrea Figueroa. Joint Agent Figueroa on stage to her fiance, Border Patrol Agent Ariel Leonardo, 1 year of service. Juan Gonzalez. Alex Guzman. Ethan Hathaway. Aaron Hess. Coy Hong. Joshua Jackson. Marcus Jackson. Alon Lalo. Sergio Livenue. Diego Lozoya Rios. Joining Agent Rios on stage as mentor, Border Patrol Agent Andres Pata, 12 years of service. Cesar Ramirez. Joint Agent Ramirez on stage, godmother, Border Patrol Agent Zuma Yesenia Escalante, 19 years of service. Regulo Ramirez, Angel Rodriguez, Christopher Rodriguez, Jose Sanchez, Corey Simpson, Jorge Solano, Joseph Truono, Caleb Wilkerson,
Graduates, please stand and prepare for the oaths of office.
All right, class. Moment's here. Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I. State your name.
Antonio Allen. Lamar Broomfield. Marcos Castillo. Juan David Correa.
Alexandra Cruz.
David Diaz de Jesus.
Andrea Figueroa.
Juan Gonzalez. Alex Guzman. Ethan Hathaway. Aaron Hess. Corey Vaughn. Joshua Caleb Jackson. Marcus Jackson. Alan Lalo. Sergio Liviano. Diego Lozoya Rios. Cesar Ramirez. Raúl Ramirez.
Angel Rodriguez,
Christopher Rodriguez. Jose Sanchez. Corey Simpson. Jorge Solano. Joseph Chihuahua. Caleb Wilkinson.
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Class, congratulations and welcome to the family.
Agents, please be seated. In closing, I want to thank all the family, friends, and visitors for joining in the celebration of this session's achievement.
Section leader, dismiss your session for the final time.
Class, stand. Center, face. Mark time! Mark! Net, right! Hi-ho, Border Patrol! Hi-ho, Border Patrol! Early morning, ready to go! Early morning, ready to go! Ladies, stop Hey, right here.